Alright everybody, here we are. It's 100-degree winter and I'm here with all of the classic cars in Formula 1 2017 going around the classic Monaco circuit. This is going to be my first video on this channel, and I'm hoping it's a good one. So here we are at Beau Rivage going up to Massenet, and we are driving in the 1991 MP46. This car won the championship in 1991, being driven by Ayrton Senna, the three-time champion. And we're going down into the hairpin right now, the iconic hairpin of Monaco, probably the most iconic part of the circuit. The wheels, they're specific for this place. And here's Portier, where Senna had his famous crash in 1988, I believe it is, when he ended up sideways, I believe, in the barriers right there. Nouvelle chicane is up right here, and it's a beautiful part of the circuit. It's one of my favorite parts. Here's my favorite part of the circuit, this fast left-hander right here, and that is the Tabac corner. We have the swimming pool, and we're going down to La Rascasse, a very expensive restaurant. Okay, here we are with our next car in the 1992 Williams FW14B. Nigel Mansell won the championship in 1992 with this car. Okay, here we are with our third car, the 1995 Ferrari 412 T2. It was driven, actually this one did not win the championship that year. This is the only classic car on F1 2017 that did not win the championship. I believe, yeah, it was Schumacher that won the championship that year, Michael Schumacher, but he won that in the Benetton. And also the first three cars, including the MP46, the Williams, and this Ferrari, they were all kind of difficult to get around the circuit because of their lower downforce. They didn't have as much downforce as the modern cars do, so they're a little bit more difficult to get around a course that requires as much downforce as Monaco, with all these high-speed corners. And I believe I already have done it, but I did hit a couple of the walls at Monaco. It's inevitable. You're going to do it at some point when you're trying to learn the circuit. It is such a fast circuit that if you're going to test a corner to see how fast you have to go through it, you're going to need to blast it, and you're probably going to hit that wall. And here's our next car in the 1996 Williams FW18. This won the championship in 1996 by Damon Hill. Here we are going through the casino square, very iconic, just because it's right next to the casino. It's one of the biggest parts of Monaco is their gambling centers. We're going back into the hairpin. It's such a tight corner. It's always such a fun, challenging part of the course to go through that hairpin. I ended up tapping the barrier there a little bit. And all of these cars are with the stock setup that comes naturally when you load up the game to do any just time trial. It's the balanced setup that comes loaded onto it. It's not increased speed or increased downforce. And here's our next car. This is the 1998 MP413 driven by Mika Hakkinen. Starting to get into the, in my opinion, better sounding cars. I started to watch Formula 1 in 2011-ish, so this is more of the modern sounds that I was used to hearing back when I was growing up watching Formula 1. Here we are with the first car of the 2000s, Michael Schumacher's championship-winning F2002. The rear end stepped out on me a little bit right there. This is one of the cars that was really fun to drive. I love the sound of this car. The loud V10s. Wish I was able to hear them. Of course, this was Schumacher's, I believe, his 5th championship-winning car. Yes, it was his 5th because Schumacher won in 1994, 1995, 2000, 2001, and this being 2002, this was his 5th car that won him the championship. See, there it is again. The rear end stepped on me going through the last corner of the course. Anthony knows. Here is Michael Schumacher's last championship-winning car, the F2004. It sounds and looks almost exactly like the F2002. Has the same type of engine, V10 engine in it. And this in my opinion, though sounding very similar to the F2002, is my favorite sounding car. I just can't explain it. Words cannot explain how well this car sounds to me. Let me know in the comments below which car any of you viewers like the most, whether it be the very first car, the 1991 McLaren MP46, or what will be the last car, the 2010 Red Bull RB6. I'm going through the swimming pool section, that last chicane there. The car just stepped out on me just a little bit at the first chicane, so kind of just that braking point was just too soon for me to hit it correctly. And here is the 2006 Renault R26. This is the car that Fernando Alonso drove to his second World Championship. Here is the last Ferrari on this video, the 2007 F2007 that was driven to Kimi Räikkönen's so far one and only World Championship. Here is the last McLaren of this video, the 2008 MP423, driven to Lewis Hamilton's first World Championship of his now 4. Here's the last car of this video, the 2010 Red Bull RB6, and this is the car that gave Sebastian Vettel his first world championship. And this was by far my favorite car to drive out of all these cars, mostly because of how much downforce it had. It was really simple to just flow through the corners very simply. And actually with this car I was able to get my personal fastest lap around Monaco so far in the classic cars. Let me know in the comments below whether you would like to have music in the background during these videos, or if you would rather me just leave music off and just would like to hear the cars. Now that lap was so insane for me that I was just immensely happy when I finished and I managed to beat my personal best. And here's a little treat for you guys. I went into the broadcast picture mode, and we're gonna take a lap around, and here you guys go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video, and I'll see you guys next time. See you later.